Hey everyone, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. Colonel Sanders? Colonel Sanders? Ah, of course, that's right up her alley. I understand I understand her wanting to take Satsuko and Rika, wanting to take home Satsuko and Rika, but I can't understand the Colonel Sanders. What's so good about that four-eyed geezer? Probably the better, Probably better to hear it from Rena, don't you think? She'll probably just say, because it's just so cute, though. Does Rena often go to the construction site to hunt for treasure?
Every now and then, she says she's going to have a look.
But a girl her age rummaging around in the garbage as well. If Rena enjoys it, if Rena enjoys it, I think it's fine. What were they doing over there? Damn construction. That had been bugging me since yesterday, like an itch I couldn't scratch. The one behind the neck or something, I don't know. It was canceled a long time ago. Everyone gathered together and fought against it. Hearing an ominous, Hearing an ominous word, like fought from. Wait,
Everyone gathered together and fought against it.
hearing an from, ominous word from, like fought from, come from Rika, startled me. That's right. It was unbelievable. They said Hinamizawa would be sunk into this reservoir, if we had no, if we had no say in the matter. So I'm the only one. So I'm a, so I'm only able to be here because the protest succeeded.
I'm sorry. I didn't keep you, did I? Did I?
My deepest apologies, Keiji. It took me a while to powder my nose. Satoko, wait, wait to use the can until you really have to go. It's a lot easier since it shoots right out.
Eek!
How you dare you speak to me that way, to a maiden of unparalleled beauty such as myself? Who was she calling a maiden? If Setsuko really was a maiden, she wouldn't have reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. Now then, gentlemen, in accordance to the rules of our society, I bring a point to discussion. He, Keiichi Maibara, wishes to be included as our member in our activities. What say you? Renat?
Rita has no objection.
Oh, I wonder if the likes of this peasant is up to the task.
He's Satsuko above the proof.
Three that Mio and had queried voiced their approval. On, uh, on you, a unanimous decision. A unanimous, a unanimous decision. Congratulations, Keiichi Maibara. I present to you the honor of being allowed to take the entrance exam for our club. Start from the beginning. I wouldn't say I would join. What club is this? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities under different sets of rules. Sometimes they're in your favor, and sometimes they work against you.
I'm pretty weak, so I prefer if you don't single me out. Let's try to get along.
You're so naive, Rena. The law of the jungle is survival of the fittest. It was starting to sound a bit sketchy. So what kind of club was it?
To sum it up, it's a club where we play games together.
Rika was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. So basically, this club put Mion's hobby of collecting games to use. By playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day, it seemed that depending on the day, there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished in last place. It's called the punishment game. I'll make this clear right now. We are playing house here. You should treat each win or loss as if your life depends on it, alright? What's wrong with just having fun? Don't make it sound crazy. The first rule of our society, aim only for first place. Going at it half-assed just because it's a game is not allowed. Rule number 2 of our society. For that reason, you're obligated to make all possible efforts. The way Satoko said it sounds like she was saying use any means necessary.
Of course, I'll do my best too. I'm pretty weak, but I'm trying my best.
I know what they were trying to say. In a game where everyone is aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. Alright then, I too will go all out. And with that, I was finally ready for the rite of initiation, my baptism into the club. A word of warning, Keiichi. Rena gets pretty nasty. This insinuation looks like it's gonna be rough. Milan began fishing around in the student lockers in the back of the room. They have the games here at the school? Well, it's club equipment, so I guess that's fine. Complicated games would put Keiichi at a disadvantage, so today we'll just play a game that you all should be familiar with. How about a standard card game, like Old Bachelor? Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's do this! Alright, let's do this! Can't really get into it unless there's a penalty. This time, the loser will be sentenced to have their face drawn on. What do you think?
Well, it will be oil-based paint, right? Right?
Oil-based? And face painting with oil-based paint? That is perfect! Satoko cheered the idea on. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such a severe penalty. Seemed like she was just raring to go.
If it's going to be like this, then I can't lose either.
Then I'll just cut the desk and start dealing. Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. There's only one difference. There's no Joker. In this place, one card is pulled out at the start, meaning there will be one card without a match left over at the end. You don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a perfect thrilling game. It's a pretty thrilling game.
I'll take out the card now.
Rena took out one card and left it face down on the table. Everyone stared at the card intently. Well, it's pretty obvious in the end game. No way to tell from the start. But the rest of them were very serious. They didn't seem relaxed as I was. They compared their cards to the one face down, all the while gogging at each other's reactions. It was as if they could see what the face down card was. No, it couldn't be. This deck is pretty worn out. No way. Can everyone tell by the scratches Can everyone tell by the scratches what the card on the table is? Remember the second rule of our society. Keiichi must try his hardest to win as well.
Number of cards are quite unique, Keiichi.
Wait, no.
Are pretty unique. Keiichi should be able to remember them pretty quickly.
She said that a matter. They said that so matter of factly. It suits me fine. Don't think a little thing like that can get you crutch. Can be your crutch. Suits me fine. Don't think that a little thing like that can be your crutch. I lashed out angrily. It was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all, they'd gone so far to memorize the wear and tear from each individual card. This wasn't a simple game of old bachelor. This was a test, and they were playing with the answer sheet right in front of them. Bring it. Bring it. I'll take advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game. That baseless confidence would soon be crushed. How about I tell you your head starting from the right? 3, 4, 9, Jack, Queen. What?
By the way, the Bachelor is a jack of diamonds.
Ah! I can tell. I can tell. I can tell what. I can tell what they are even when you. I can even tell what they are even when if you switch them around. I'm out. Ah! I thought I was prepared for, but for it to be this brutal, it's just overwhelming. The demons. You are all demons. Ready into the demon, oh, are you?
No, sorry, Keiichi. This is the Three of Hearts, isn't it?
I'm out. Ah! Not even a hint of mercy. Retta, even Rika. These club activities weren't worth to be trifled with, and the luminous of this, the ominous of this club would definitely survive in the cruelest of situations. If our entire class had self-detonating college strapped to their necks and would be dropped to a death match or the deserted island, these guys would probably take it like fish in the water. Would probably take to it like fish in the water. I can already picture their joy as they hunt down each of their classmates. It's a lowest point system. The order itself that dictates the points. Whoever has the lowest point total wins.
Since Keiichi finished last, he has 5 points.
There's already 5 marked on my scoreboard.
I think it's unfair to Keiichi if we don't use a new deck.
It's fine, it's fine. Keiichi is a man after all. He can turn the tables. He can turn the tables. Even if the odds are stacked against him, right? It's been fitting for a lowly peasant to scamper home and soak their pillow in tears, don't you think? My impotent hand had laid itself on top of my head, which was trembling from uncontainable frustration. It was Rika's.
Keep on fighting! Yeah!
Thanks to Rika's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to be calm, especially when you're cornered. That's power I must muster during the crisis. This crisis. Think clearly, Keiichi Maedara. Take your time and look at the cards carefully. Just as Rena said, each card has its own distinct markings that made it stand out. Memorizing them will be pretty simple. Think about what you can do in the situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory.
Wow, great, Keiichi! Just like that!
I covered uniquely marked cards with my hands or other cards, arranging them in such a way that I couldn't even be seen. That they couldn't be seen.
The one with the ripped up corner should be the 5. And I'm out.
They couldn't let any of these precious hints slip by me. And all information is a weapon. Then it was my turn. Got to go find out her cards for me.
You see, I want the 7. Is this the one? I wonder about that.
You don't know unless you take it. I wonder about that. You won't know unless you take it. There was a bit of dismay in her expression, like she didn't he doesn't want it taken. That kind of expression. Won't that momentary lapse slip by me? I know! It's this one! Got it! Seven of spades! A cheer of ooh rang out. Wait, what's this? The seven should be the hardest one of all to tear apart! It wasn't from memorizing the markings. Those slight changes in their expressions as I was selecting a card were enough. Get high for me, Keiichi. This mark means the two of diamonds. What? She, she was startled by her own misread. Of course, everyone else was too.
Whoa! It's rare that Mio.
Meiichi.
It's rare that Mio gets a card wrong.
No! Keiichi! Could it be you? They told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch. So I put a new one on it. Are you saying you disguise it as the two of diamonds? What an impressive show to win.
Keiichi landed a clean hit. Clap, clap, clap. It's great, Keiichi. That was an incredible match, you know?
Having defeated the Forerunner, Mion, my brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by the total points, it was already set in stone that Mion would win and I would finish last. I left haughtily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerves. Well, I'm going to end up the loser, and I'm satisfied with one-upping Mion at the end. It should be the proverbial slap in the face to Mion, who was at the top already and assured victory. Even if Keiichi gets first place this round, he still ends up in last place overall. Don't you hate that? Of course I do. Let's have a duel. One chance. If you win, then we'll swap first place and last place. How about it? You up for it? She fell for it. A chance for an upset that wouldn't be possible without goading her into it. One chance, you say? Let me hear the rules. Mion discarded two cards from her hand and replaced one with the Joker card that was on the table and shuffled resulting hand behind her back. The card on my right or the card on my left? If Keiichi can guess which hand is the Joker's in, then he wins. When you turned it around just now, you didn't pull out the Joker, did you? If you lose, I'll show the card in the other hand. That okay? The other three gulped nervously at the unexpected turn of events. Alright, you got it! Mion grasped one card into each hand and thrust them out at me. First, I needed to inspect them closely. The card on our right had no distinguishing marks, and I couldn't tell which one it was.
What's right, I wonder, Keiichi? Be careful.
Yeah, of course, this is my chance for a big comeback. Looking closely at the card on the left, I saw a little wear. It wasn't one I haven't seen before. Ah, that card is... I didn't let that bit from Satoko slip by me. Mion clucked her tongue. I didn't recognize the mark on the side. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card from the small number that I had memorized. I didn't know what the left card was, but I could tell from Satoko's reaction that card already appeared during the game. Like it already appeared before, that meant it definitely wasn't the Joker. Ooh, Keiichi thinks it's the one on the right? Will you choose that one then? Will you? The left card definitely wasn't the Joker. If I can trust that theory, I should have been able to declare that the card on the right was a Joker, even without Mion's taunting. The one on the right was the most suspicious, but it wasn't a bit too rash to decide solely on Satoko's reaction. But wasn't it a bit too rash to decide based solely on Satoko's reaction? more carefully. Ah! I remember now. That mark, the left card. No doubt about it. The 7 of clubs.
Hmm, it's a 7 of clubs. I see.
I won! The card on the left was... Uh, the 7 of clubs, I see. I won. The card on the left was the 7 of clubs, so that meant the card was on the right was the Joker. And then just before my hand touched the right card, I froze. I could expect no less from you. There was no rave of murmurs amongst the onlookers of my sudden halt. Just before I confirmed the right card was a Joker.
Huh? What could KT possibly be saying? I mean, the left one is. Shh.
Oh, what makes you so certain that the right one isn't a Joker, KG? Leon let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled. I don't know what the card on the right could be, but I know that the one on the left was the 7 of clubs.
Then, doesn't that leave the right one as a Joker? One of them has to be the Joker, right?
Yeah, one of them is the Joker.
Yeah, one of them is a Joker, right? KT is a good institution. Intuition.
I don't know.
Intuition. Huh? Rika, what do you mean by?
So, so basically, the 7 of clubs. I discovered that by matching it with Satsuko's 7 of spades earlier. Everyone's attention snapped to the discard pile at the same time. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from that sloppy pile. So that means Mion pocketed one of the discarded cards and aligned it over the left card. And that means
I see. I get it. The left card is being disguised as a 7 of clubs, right?
it was the first time since the start of the match that a channel ran across Mion's expression, and I didn't let that slip by. Then with a grand flourish, I declared it loudly. The Joker is the left one! It was an intense moment. That 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Neon. Being the first president of the club, I say to witness of variety of performances, Keiichi, yours is the best. The best of the best of the best. That's probably the greatest compliment Mion could ever give. Mion accepted her defeat, dropping the cards from both hands. My comeback victory! Rika placed her hand on her head and began petting it. Wait, no, placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on my victory.
Huh? Rika is.
Rena and Satsuko gaped at us as if they seen a ghost. What is it, Rena? It's not like I cheated or anything, right? That was fair square.
Rika?
Oh, Rika only pets someone on the head to console them. What What was the meaning of... At the moment, Rena let out a small shriek.
Keiichi? That. This is how it was?
You know, Keiichi, I thought you'd read it that far. Read into it that far. Everyone froze. No, it was just me. It was a gamble. If you would... It was a gamble? If you would jump to conclusions like a little brat, then I would have lost. It was the answer everyone was certain about. It was a gamble. If you had just jumped to conclusions like a little brat, I would have lost. Mion picked up the card from the losing hand. Keiichi, you know you should take pride in this loss. She turned it around. That was the card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. The card under the 7 of clubs, unbelievable. It was a 2 of diamonds. It was a setup behind the setup. If I just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it. I, Mio Sonozaki, as the club president, do accept Keiichi Mayabara's membership into our club. As I slumped to my knees, everybody let out a round of applause for the excellent effort I gave despite my defeat. The match is now over. Today's victor is me, Mio Sotozaki, and our exiled loser is Keiichi Maibara. Everyone made a commotion, applauding cheerfully. I felt I was bet. I felt like I was bested, beasted, or whatever. But I also soundly beaten that I was so sadly beaten that it un, blah, it unexpectedly felt rather refreshing. Why am I talking like this?
When when me when Mio pulled that little trick behind her back, I got excited thinking she's gonna do it again.
When Keiichi stopped at the moment before touching the correct card, I thought,
He fell for it. He fell for it quite handily.
huh? Hey, wait. All of them knew from the start and still got. All of them knew from the start and still got so excited so earnestly.
Everyone got so excited to make it more fun.
You, you're all demons. You're monsters. Now then, Keiichi, it's time for your penalty. Now, this is your first participate. Since it's your first day participating, I'll go easy, okay? It would be a problem if you refused to come to school. The other three members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Mion approached, licking her lips. Her right hand went to pull something out of her pocket. That that's a felt tip marker, and it's large and oil based. Oh, here we go. She took the cap off the marker and brought it slowly up to my face while I was immobilized. No, no, no! So I let out my death throes. Ah!